One of the most important parts of any YouTube video has nothing to do with the video itself, for it is the thumbnail, of course. This is the first thing that viewers see, and it decides whether or not someone will click and watch your video at all, and for me, well, I'm still trying to figure that out. Now, my videos are just some of the 3.7 million uploaded to YouTube every day, and with that many videos comes just as many thumbnails, some better than others. Today we are going to take a look at the top 10 greatest YouTube thumbnails of all time. Notice how greatest is in quotation marks there, that's important, don't forget about that. And we're going to take these videos and put them into what I am dubbing the YouTube Thumbnail Hall of Fame. Now, in ranking these thumbnails, I don't think any one is more important or culturally significant than another, so instead we're going to be ranking videos in terms of absurdity. And as we analyze, keep a lookout for, the classic signs of great thumbnails. Red arrows, red circles, the shocked face like this one, saturated colors, Mr. Beast anywhere in the thumbnail. If the thumbnail is just a straight up lie, you know what to look for, so without further ado, let's begin at Number 10, Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest by Cinemassacre, aka the Angry Video Game Nerd. So why is this thumbnail on the list? You're probably saying it seems pretty simple and lacks any of the sins of absurdity you mentioned a few seconds ago. Well, to that I say, put a sock in it and be patient because this is number 10 for a reason. In fact, this thumbnail's significance doesn't reveal itself until you learn the date this video was published. Yes, although this is a bit debated, this thumbnail is generally accepted to be the first custom thumbnail ever uploaded to YouTube. Before this, and in the earliest stages of YouTube, all videos uploaded to the platform were given automatically generated thumbnails that were just a random frame from the whole video. The YouTube machine would just pick it out, and you'd have to deal with what you got. The Cinemassacre YouTube channel itself is historically significant, as its owner, James Rolfe, is probably the only internet content creator to have a career spanning over 20 years. He started in 2004, a whole year before YouTube was created, and he still gets enough views today to supply a steady income. Well, unless his videos are getting demonetized, which, considering the content, isn't unlikely. Number 9, Greatest Freakout Ever by Waffle Pone. Now here's an example of one of YouTube's randomly generated thumbnails, but this one kind of worked pretty well because this classic sits now at over 112 million views. Greatest Freakout Ever is one of the OG viral videos. It was uploaded in 2009. Hold it right there. Yes, while most of you probably recognize this video from this iconic thumbnail, let's bring it back to the beginning. If you've never seen this video and you've been living either under a rock or skibbity toilet your entire life, let me explain. This video involves two brothers. I'll let the one filming explain.
Okay, my mom just canceled my brother's World of Warcraft account and he is freaking out.
Hoping to catch his brother's reaction to his WoW account's termination, he sets up the hidden camera here and lets it roll through this iconic display. Some pivotal moments of action include the transformation magic trick under the comforter, the scene entering the closet and leaving the closet, the TV remote violation, and the shoe. It was a disappointment to many at the time to learn that this freakout, along with the many others they made, were indeed fake, and they actually ended up spawning a whole new genre of freakout videos on YouTube. But out of all of them, it is this video that still lives in the minds of many, and this thumbnail that is one of the most recognizable of any of the classic viral videos. Number 8, Rip Scotty Kilmer. Now, picking just one Scotty Kilmer thumbnail is tough since he has over 6,800 videos, and most of his thumbnails are kind of similar. Here's a few of them. Okay, so that was 100, and there's definitely a theme going on here. We've got our first offenders here with red arrows making frequent appearances.
Rev up your engines!
Scotty Kilmer is a YouTube car mechanic, and it can be argued that his career spans even longer than the aforementioned James Rolfe, having started out hosting a TV series on CBS somewhere between the mid-80s and early 90s. So with a career like that, and having probably made more thumbnails than anybody, it would be a shame not to put at least one on the list here. So let's pick out a few. We've got more circles and arrows going on here, but I think my favorite still has to be the RIP Scotty Kilmer. It's a classic. I remember the first time I saw this thumbnail pop up, I thought it was real until I saw it was uploaded by Scotty Kilmer. Yes, that is another bonus point for a bit of a dishonest fib here. He is in fact not resting in peace, but you can't get mad at the good old Scotty. I think he's used this thumbnail for at least 6 separate videos at this point, so there's a good chance you've seen one of these pop up in your recommended section too. And there's a good chance it's working. These videos have a good amount of views to them. However goofy Scotty's thumbnails may be, they just work. Just like my car works after watching his repair videos and stuff. Most of the time. I think I'm doing this right. Number 7. 1,000 blind people see for the first time from Mr. Beast. So here we're starting to make the transition from the historical classic videos of YouTube into the more modern day thumbnails, clickbait, and whatever this horrifying Photoshop job is right here. Now Mr. Beast has a whole team behind his thumbnails, making sure that they are as optimized and eye-catching as possible. The success of Mr. Beast thumbnails have completely changed the style of YouTube, which is why at least one of them deserves a spot in the Hall of Fame. And for this spot we are going with this video, 1,000 blind people see for the first time. In this video, Mr. Beast helps 1,000 blind people see for the first time. It's a genuinely pretty great video and a charitable act that certainly deserves its nearly 200 million views. And to achieve that number, Mr. Beast and his team went with this thumbnail, which is oddly unsettling. Okay, we've got 2 bonus points here with both this face and Mr. Beast showing up. Although this is a Mr. Beast video, so I think that point makes sense here at least, but it is what it is. I don't make the rules here. This thumbnail is just kind of uncomfortable to look at. There's the kid staring horrified into the camera with somewhat grotesque photoshopped tears, while Mr. Beast stands behind with his classic smile. It's the sort where his mouth is smiling but his eyes aren't, and it tends to skeeve people out a bit. After a while, his team ended up changing the thumbnail to this, which I guess is supposed to be better. Number 6. I spent 100 hours in the world's poorest country by Phidias. Now we're rolling deep with the premium grade thumbnails here. If this were an iceberg video, we'd be reaching the deeper depths of depravity. This video was uploaded by Phidias in 2022, and it features Phidias himself traveling the African nation of Burundi. The goal of this video is a pretty noble cause, as Phidias aims to show that this developing African nation is perhaps not as hostile and poor as the media leads us to believe. It is a nation of real people, with real aspirations and real struggles, and in today's world, the biggest struggle of all: influencers. Now I'd be lying if I said everything Phidias does in this video is bad. It's largely the attention deficit editing and his YouTuber demeanor that just kind of makes things awkward. Although there is a pretty funny moment in the video where he takes out his smartphone and explains it to a whole class as if it were a sort of alien brand new technology. Meanwhile, this teacher in the background is just confused. This video is a classic instance of an influencer going to a poor country to do a noble cause, but with a poor execution. And I think the original thumbnail is the best snapshot of this concept you could possibly ask for. But alas, just like the Mr. Beast video, this thumbnail was also eventually changed to a slightly less radical one. And a fun fact before we move on, along with YouTube, Phidias has also been a member of the European Parliament for Cyprus since 2024. What in the world is going on over there? Number 5. Punching babies in public by We Outside. This thumbnail rocks, and the comments section definitely agrees here. We're taking a trip to the ratchet realm of YouTube with a classic Walmart prank video. The title here is pretty self-explanatory. The video follows these 2 pranksters as they stroll around Walmart with a baby carriage. And when the baby won't stop crying, they decide to take action. Onlookers are understandably alarmed by the scenario, and we get a variety of reactions. Of course, it is eventually revealed that it was just a doll in the cart all along, and the whole thing here was just a prank. Okay, so let's bring it back. This thumbnail is ludicrous. So let's analyze here. We've got the face, both real and emoji forms, and we've got a golden outer glow here. Also, one of the best things here is that neither in the thumbnail or the title do they reveal that this is a prank video. This is a strategy that creates mystery. Is someone really punching babies in this video here? I guess I just gotta click and watch to find out. And then I need to watch the following 10 sequels that they made. It still remains a mystery why Walmart has such a strict no filming policy in their stores. Number 4. To Catch and Release a Predator, The Jeffrey Epstein Saga, Part 2, by Jay Aubrey. I'm really starting to run out of room here. Holy cow, would you look at this if you can muster the courage to. This video is part 2 of a 3-part docuseries where creator Jay Aubrey deeply analyzes the disturbing cases surrounding Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Jay Aubrey is pretty known for making these lengthy, high-quality video essays that focus on scandals and downfalls of corrupt celebrities and influencers, and the thumbnails of all of these videos are borderline insane. They are some of the most recognizable thumbnails on the platform for their highly saturated colors and disturbingly uncanny valley faces. They've always got these unnaturally white teeth and gummy smiles and these eyes that pierce the soul. But out of all of the thumbnails, I think this one here just takes the cake. You don't even need to know the full Epstein story to feel uncomfortable having this look at you from your YouTube feed. But since you probably do know the story, well, yeah, let's get rid of that and move on for now. Number 3. Greatest Moments in Football. Now this is a bit of a wild card here because I'm not really focusing on just one thumbnail, but instead a whole genre of videos. Whether you call it football or soccer, you have probably seen at least one thumbnail like this pop up in your recommended feed. They are usually titled something like WTF Moments in Football or Most Disrespectful Plays and Mistakes. They are all uploaded by different creators, while all of the thumbnails are equally as awesome. And they are all equally photoshopped. Unfortunately, yes, as disappointing as it may be, most of these thumbnails are not accurate representations of what actually happens on the field. These videos have always been pretty popular, but the absurd thumbnails themselves became stars when the YouTube channel Numerical started uploading edited videos that took these thumbnails and made them a reality. I encourage you to watch these full videos themselves. I'll put a link in the description, but in the meantime, I'll leave you with what I think is my favorite thumbnail from this whole genre. Now that is art. Number 2. Insane Food Flips by How Ridiculous. Okay, now look at this. See any flaws? Any at all? Of course not, because there are none. This one's perfect. Although this is number 2, this might be my favorite thumbnail of all time. This video was uploaded by How Ridiculous in 2017. As the title alludes to, in this video they're doing all sorts of different food flip trick shots, many of which are pretty impressive. This video is obviously inspired by the bottle flipping craze that was also popular around the same time. They're flipping cereal boxes, they're flipping carrots, but wouldn't you believe it, they had us fooled with the thumbnail here because there is no banana flipping going on in this video at all.
You didn't really think we nailed the banana one, did you?
I mean, we may have done it for the thumbnail, but did you really believe it?
Did you get
However disappointing this is, I think we can excuse it because of just how phenomenal the thumbnail is. This thumbnail was spread around and joked about to high heaven when it first came out, which just helped the video soar in popularity to over 13 million views. And I bet the guys knew what they were doing when they made this thumbnail. It's perfect. You have a simple golden composition. You have the face in its purest form, no crazy colors or anything like most of their other videos have. It really just stands out on its own as probably the best thumbnail of all time. But this video isn't about the best thumbnails, remember? It's instead about the greatest, in quotation marks. I told you do not forget about that, or if you remember. And so, alas, we have it. Number 1. Guess Her Age Challenge from the Prince family. Okay, this one's interesting. It's bold. I guess it did get a lot of attention when it was first uploaded, but zam, that is a bold move right there. This video was uploaded by the Prince family in 2021, and it features Damien and Bianca here, playing a game where they need to guess the age of a variety of women who show up on screen. This thumbnail spread like wildfire and probably gained even more attention than the How Ridiculous video, as it was memed to even higher heaven and beyond. Now unfortunately, the original thumbnail was changed after the attention it got just became too widespread, and now this is the new thumbnail. Okay, in conjunction with the former, this is not looking good, but if you watch the video, it's pretty simple. There's a rule that they have to follow in their game that makes it so that if they get the age wrong of said woman that they are looking at, they have to get a plate of whipped cream to the face. So it's just harmless fun here, I think. But let's look at this again. We've got a conglomeration here. We have the classic shocked face and a variation of it. We've got bold red colors here to help it stand out. And thank the Lord that this is a lie, as this picture never actually shows up in the video. This thumbnail is beyond deserving of a spot in the YouTube Thumbnail Hall of Fame. It is the perfect embodiment of the art that is YouTube thumbnails, and although it has been changed from the original, it will forever live in infamy, I believe, as the greatest, most absurd thumbnail of all time. For now, at least. So there's my list here, but do you have any other thumbnails that should be in the Hall of Fame? Do you disagree with my list? If so, you can start arguing in the comments section. Have fun.